Just wanted to show a couple of pipes from my collection that I'm especially fond of. The one that's in the picture right now, I actually purchased in Germany. I was over there a few years ago for a couple of weeks on business and came across a pipe shop there in the middle of this town, and it's kind of a, I don't know, maybe it's not an interesting story to you, but it just kind of was weird how it happened. Basically, when I had scheduled or decided which hotel to stay at, while I was over there, I was going to be close to Kaiserslautern, where the air base, American Air Force Base is there. Well, I started looking for hotels, and I wound up choosing one, and didn't realize that it was about 45 minutes away from Kaiserslautern. And this hotel was in the middle of nowhere. It was a beautiful place, a town called Bad Dürkheim. It's in the middle of German wine country, and the little town, the Bad Dürkheim, where I was staying, was awesome. I mean, it was a great place, beautiful place. The hotel was an old hotel. I don't know how old it was, but it seemed like it was like a couple hundred years old or something. And just wandering around the town, I found so many cool things. And this pipe shop was one of them. This particular one, I went in and started looking around, and of course I didn't speak great German. I speak a little bit, and the people in the shop didn't speak very good English. So we just kind of used what little bit we had between us, and hand gestures, and I managed to actually haggle for this pipe doing that. I loved the look of it, but it originally was only about maybe this long, because the stem that was on it was a shorter stem, the original stem. And I, using hand gestures, basically said, I want a longer pipe. I want something that, I want it to be longer, but I really like this. I like the bowl, the rustication, everything. This is a Molina, which is an Italian pipe. So the lady in the shop just went, okay, and she took this stem and put it with this pipe, and it fit perfectly, and it looks wonderful. And I just really, really love smoking this pipe. It's kind of a short churchwarden length. I don't know, it's probably about 10 or 11 inches, churchwarden. And I love churchwarden pipes. I've always enjoyed smoking those. But this was that one that I found there. Now, the one that I really, I guess, out of my whole collection that I prize the most is this beauty right here. And this one this is the original case. I found this at an antique shop in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was like on the way back from Kaiserslautern to Bad Dürkheim. I saw this shop and it said antiques, and I thought to myself, okay, in Germany, an antique, it must be something pretty crazy. And anytime that I saw an antique shop or something like that, I figured, hey, I'll go in, ask them, hey, do you have smoking pipes, in broken German. And so I did that and found this this pipe. When I first saw it, the case was open, but this case, this is the original case, and you can see right here the wood. It was actually a case made from wood and covered in leather. You see how it's worn. It's a little kind of, I guess, kidney bean type, or kidney case, I think is what they're called. I'm gonna see if I can open this. Let's see if I can get it open here. Oh, here we go. But whenever I saw it, it was open, and this is what I saw when I first encountered this pipe. And you can imagine my shock and amazement at this. You can see the original felt in this portion. There's little detail around the outside rim of the case all the way around Again, I don't think this has been ever, restored or anything like that, but this is a meerschaum pipe. It is obviously what you would call an estate pipe, which basically, as you well know, it means it's used. Someone has used it, and you can't. I know you can't smell it, but if you could, you would be amazed at how aromatic, how fragrant this pipe is. It just smells amazing. I don't know how many bowls must have been smoked in this thing, but you can see the patina on it. Some fine details, the carving around the bowl here is really fine and beautiful, kind of a little dental work pattern. The shape, I just think, is amazing and beautiful. But also, kind of look a little bit closely. You can't tell probably in this video very well, but the carvings on the pewter are just so intricate. It's one of the couplings. As you can see, it has threaded on the inside, and so you would take. I'm being very careful with this because it's old, and I'll show you how old here in just a minute, going by the label. But you take this threaded end, and it just screws into this end, and I'll see if I can assemble it and try to do this one-handed because I'm doing this with my phone. But let me just set this down for a moment. And there you have it. So it screws together and makes a really nice, very well balanced, beautiful, I consider it a work of art. I just think it's just gorgeous. You can see the brass fitting on one side, the pewter or sterling silver maybe fitting on the other side. It's just amazing how beautifully designed this pipe, and its case too. This thing even has the original spring clip in the case. I mean, the spring clip even still works, which blows my mind. Now here, if we can get kind of a good look at this, you'll see that this pipe was sold by a company called Auchat de Paris, and it has the gold leaf, original gold leaf label here, with the address, the street that this pipe shop was on and everything, and it was sold at this address in Paris on Saint-Germain in Paris. And I want you to notice this right down here, because this is what just really sold me, what really blew me away. This pipe was apparently sold at the Exposition Universelle in Paris in 1889. This pipe's over 100 years old. But not only that, but the Exposition Universelle means the World's Fair. This was the 1889 World's Fair. This was the World's Fair at which the Eiffel Tower was basically presented to the world. So, there's just this history behind this little artifact here that I was able to pick up at an antique shop in the middle of nowhere, in a place I wasn't supposed to stay in the first place. Just sort of serendipitous that I was able to even find this in the first place. But out of all the pipes I have, this one is really my very favorite. It smokes so clean. Someone loved this pipe. Maybe several people have loved this pipe and have taken really great care of it. I mean, yeah, it's scratched up. It's a little beat up. It's got some kind of patina on it. But boy, it is clean. It smokes great. I just think it's amazing. It's my very favorite of all my collection. I have about 16 pipes, and I'll try to show more of those later. But that's it. I just wanted to show some of my collection, and these are the two I got in Germany, and I hope that you enjoyed sharing this with me. I enjoy collecting these and smoking these, and hope to continue to do so for as long as I can live on this earth. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Good night.